guys, and welcome to another day in the life video. So it's been a while again since I've done one of these, but I really want to start doing them more often because they are so much fun to film, and I know that you guys enjoy them too. So lots of things happening today. Today is Sunday, August the 8th. And I have a lot of plans for today. I got up early this morning. I was up at 6, which, you know, is really not that early, but it is difficult to get up that early sometimes, especially with the days getting a little bit shorter. The sun is rising a little bit later. So yeah, I don't enjoy getting out of bed when it is dark outside. But anyway, got up at 6. Awesome way to start the day. And I got the podcast editing, and it is now exporting, so if you hear something in the background, it is my computer fan, because it takes a lot of power to export the long podcast. But I got that done. I did some Instagram post drafts. Yeah, I've already done a lot, but I'm hoping to get so much making done today. That's kind of going to be my focus. I have a few more work things to get done, but I'm also currently on a school break, which is super duper exciting, and that means that I have more time to work on business related content things throughout the week as well. So I don't have to jam pack every single bit of it into the weekend, which is always nice to be able to spread it all out a little bit more. It's a lot of work constantly. But anyway, definitely a few more things that are going to need to be done later today in that field as well. But I am about to head downstairs to fix some breakfast, but before I do that, I thought I would share my brand new cast on. So honestly, the biggest thing that I want to do is start some new Scrappy projects. I recently did some organizing. I was gifted so much amazing yarn by a dear friend, and so I now have these overflow bins at the top of my shelves. I have 3 of them. Let me spin the camera around so that you can see. So 3 shelves, here's my TV show. 3 shelves, 3 bins on the top of each shelf, and currently one of them is fingering weight scraps, the other is like worsted weight and bulky scraps, and then this last one, if I can point to it, is like a big bulky skeins that just don't fit on the shelf. Hopefully they will at some point, but they don't right now. So anyway, the biggest thing that I want to get done today is starting some new Scrappy blankets. I think I want to start 2. I think I want to start another corner-to-corner blanket, perhaps a bulky weight corner-to-corner this time, and then I want to start a V-stitch Scrappy blanket, and that's going to be a worsted weight blanket. So, really excited to take you along the process of, let's fix this a little bit, of starting both of those. I think it's going to be really exciting. Yeah, it's going to be a really fun day. And I would also really like to work on my cotton Scrappy blanket a little bit. So I might just show you all of those projects later. But for now, I do have a brand new cast on. I am knitting the Diamond Head Socks by Northern Knits and Pearl over on Instagram. I started these last night, and I was hoping to get the cuff done. And then I had to do some more work before bed, so I got distracted doing that. And then I wrote in my journal, and then it was 11, and I decided to go to bed, and I completely forgot to finish the cuff of this. So anyways, I just have a few rounds left. So here's what it looks like so far. I am already obsessed with this project. I love it so much. I am using Knit Picks Hawthorne Tonal in the colorway Silverton. And here's what it looks like in my little yarn cozy from Natalie of Nitty Natty. Love this pattern too. I need to cast on another one of these as well. There's so many things that I want to make, you guys. It's ridiculous. But really, really loving this project so far. So I'm hoping to definitely get the cuff of this done today. And then I'm going to read through the pattern again and see if the leg is like a repeat, or if it's something a little bit more intricate than that. Because I need to figure it out. If it's a repeat, I would love to do a repeat today of the leg. If it's something more intricate, I might save it for tomorrow and just work on scrappy things today. But we will see. So yeah, that's what I'm currently working on. But like I said, I'm going to go make some breakfast. I am making banana bread oatmeal today. We have, no, not oatmeal, granola. Yeah, I think it's going to be really good. It's really interesting. It's a recipe I haven't tried before, but I will link it down below if you want to check it out. So I'm going to go do that, and I will check in later. Alrighty, so we just finished breakfast. It turned out so good. I'm just going to put the like instructions for what I did down below, and I'll link to the recipe that I kind of refer to, but I changed so much that it is basically a completely different recipe. So I will link it and put those instructions down below if you want to try it out. But it was super, super good. It was banana bread granola. Really yummy. Anyway, so now I am about to finish the ribbing on this sock because it desperately needs to be done. I only have a few rounds left, and then I'll probably evaluate what I have next in that pattern. And then I moved all of my Scrappy balls that are in this bin to my floor because, like I said, I'm hoping to start 2 new Scrappy projects. So I'm going to get a little bit of knitting done before church, and then we'll see if I have time to get a blanket started before church. I don't think so. We have to go in like 20 minutes, so probably not. So it is now a little bit later in the day. It is currently 12:25. We had a great church service and just got done with lunch. It was so good. I made, it's kind of been a weird food day, I guess, but I made lemon poppy seed scones and they were delicious. So anyway, we kind of had 2 breakfasts almost, but it's totally okay. The weekend is supposed to be fun, right? So anyway, really, really good lunch. Now I am ready to get back to work and get some more things done. But what I'm going to do now is get a Scrappy blanket started. So this is one of the big things that I wanted to do today. I've been putting it off for a while, but this past week, like I said, I did some organizing, kind of got all my scraps lined up and neater than they were, which wouldn't take much, but they are now much, much neater. And I'm ready to start some new things and really just work through all of these scraps because it's kind of overwhelming how many I have right now. So yeah, I'm just going to work through some. So I'm going to be starting 2 today. One is just going to be a corner to corner Scrappy blanket, which I actually have a tutorial for that. I'll link it down below. But I am going to be starting a bulky weight corner to corner blanket. So that's going to be really fun. It's going to be my first bulky weight Scrappy blanket, and I'm super excited about it. I don't have a ton of bulky scraps, honestly, but I'm just going to work through, whatever I have when I accumulate it, and then I'm sure with the fall and winter season coming up, I'm going to be using a lot more bulky yarns for new designs and stuff like that. So that's going to be the first one that I start. The second is a little bit more intricate, and that is going to be a V-stitch crochet Scrappy blanket, and I'm going to use a worsted weight yarn for that. So I have my stitch pattern book out. This is one of my absolute favorite stitch pattern books. It's called the Crochet Stitch Bible. It's honestly really old. I got it a really, really long time ago, like before I was even designing. Okay, well, I suppose it's not that old. 2004 looks like. This is, I guess, okay, so it says this edition published in 2013. So this might be a newer edition, but anyway, I love stitch pattern books. Like, I would just love to have like a whole bookshelf dedicated to stitch pattern books. I reference them so much. They were absolutely amazing. So if you have any favorites, let me know in the comments below or send me an email because I would love to check them out. But anyway, this book has lots and lots of different stitch patterns. Here is some of the selection. So all of these, and then here, like there's a lot. I don't even know if it says over 200 stitch patterns. Anyway, so the one that I'm going to follow is for the V-stitch, which I think is in here. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see, there's one. I want V-stitch with only one V. There it is. So, this book is really cool because it shows you, so all of these squares is what the stitch pattern looks like, and it corresponds to the stitch pattern number and the page number that you can find it on. So it's a really, really handy book. I love having this feature at the beginning of a book. This might be, I have the Knit Stitch Bible and the Crochet Stitch Bible, and they're the only ones that have that feature, and I think it's like a complete game changer with stitch pattern books. It's so handy. So anyway, page 75 is where I can find that. So once you turn to that page, it just shows you. So here, in this book, they call it the rope stitch, which is kind of interesting. I've actually never heard that name. But it has the picture that was at the front, the charted instructions, which I honestly don't use. Crochet charts aren't, in my opinion, they aren't as helpful for me. I would like to get better at learning them, but I also don't crochet many things where one is actually handy. Like if you were going to do something modular, like a bunch of circles or a bunch of squares and seam them together or something like that, it would be really handy to have a chart on just one piece of paper to show you what to do versus row 1, row 2, and so on. But for me personally, I kind of prefer written instructions. I also prefer writing written instructions. I've never written a crochet chart before. But anyway, so then it has the chart and then the written instructions, and up here at the top, my favorite feature, it tells you the multiple that you need, and then like in this case it says a multiple of 3 stitches plus 2. So that would be like say 36 is a multiple of 3, and then you would add 2 to that, so that would be 38. And then add 1 for the foundation chain, so then I would chain 39. So yeah, my first step is going to be to crochet a swatch using some random yarn. So I'm just going to pull some out. That would be good yarn for swatching. That is going to match my gauge pretty good. Let's use this. So I'm going to grab this scrappy yarn, and then I'm going to make a gauge swatch using this stitch pattern, and then I will show you how I calculate for the different sizes. Alrighty, so I have moved to my floor right next to this huge bin of scrappy yarn. That's just ridiculous, but I'm gonna have so much fun working through all of the different scraps. So I have started both of my blankets now, and they're both going so well. So I thought I would just briefly take you through how I started them. So I made this little swatch using the V-stitch or rope stitch, as this stitch pattern book calls it. And then I measured how many inches it was across, which was 7 inches, and then I divided that by the amount of stitches that I had, which was 22. So I did 22 divided by 7, which gives me 3.14 stitches per inch, and then I just multiplied that number by the amount of inches that I wanted the blanket to be widthwise, which was 50 inches. So that got me to 150 stitches. So that is what I have now, 150 stitches across for my V-stitch blanket. And here's what I have done so far. So it's just one ball of scrap yarn so far. And it was a pretty decent sized ball, so I got almost 4 complete rows with it, including the foundation, or not including the foundation chain. And yeah, I'm obsessed with it already. This did not take long at all to work up. It's going to be a really quick stitch pattern that uses a lot of yarn at once, which is exactly what I needed for this scrappy blanket. So I'm really excited about that. I'm also using a 7mm hook for this, if you're curious. I wanted a really loose gauge for this blanket, so it's going really well so far. I'm really excited to continue working on it. Now I also went ahead and got started on my bulky weight scrappy blanket, and this is how far I am in it. So it's obviously super tiny, and this one I didn't have to do any swatching for. I just started using the corner to corner crochet method, and I'm just going to work through all of my bulky weight scraps. So I'm just on my second one so far. I finished this little pinky brown one, and now I'm working on this white, and I probably have enough yarn left, if I can reach it, for I don't know, 2, maybe 3 more rows. So there's going to be a good little white chunk here, which doesn't bother me at all. Maybe one day, I talked about this before when I was working on my other corner to corner blanket. Maybe one day I will do a little bit of specific color play and put, you know, a specific color palette together for these blankets. But my scraps are so random right now that I'm just going to work through all of them and then maybe compile them differently in the future. I'm not sure. I kind of want these blankets to be really fun and sporadic and not have to think about them. And in order to do that, they need to be completely random. So that's what I'm going with right now. Both of these are going so well, and I'm really, really excited about both of them. So I'm looking forward to working on them for the rest of the day. I also, or throughout the rest of the day, I guess, I definitely have some other things I have to do. Let's see, I did finish the ribbing on that sock, and I decided to not continue it for the rest of today because each repeat is 24 rounds. So I decided to just save that, and I'll probably do at least one full repeat of that tomorrow. That'll be one of my knitting goals for the day. But yeah, that is about it for right now. I'm having a lot of fun working on these blankets. I have some more content prep and just general business work to do, so I'll probably get a good chunk of that done right now and then get back to crocheting on these a little bit later. But yeah, I will check in a bit. Alrighty guys, so I am about to sign off for the day, but I thought I would share the progress that I've made on my Be-Stitch Scrappy blanket because, oh my goodness, I am completely obsessed. So here's what it looks like so far. I have done quite a bit for one day, and I am definitely planning on working on it some more before the day ends. So here is a close-up of what it looks like. Have lots of different colors and yarns in here already, and I'm just loving the way that it looks so much. Oh my goodness, I'm completely obsessed. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to put this project down throughout the week, but I think I will. I think I'm gonna try to get back to dedicating Sundays to Scrappy Sundays and Scrappy projects. We'll see. I won't be able to do that every Sunday, I'm sure, because you know, with busy weeks, there's only so much time that I have to create things, and designing is obviously always at the forefront of my mind, but I am obsessed with this project, and I'm really looking forward to putting some more work into it. I love it so much already, but yeah, so that is the thing that has gotten the most love today. I also did quite a bit of business work earlier. I am publishing a giveaway tomorrow, so be sure to enter that if you haven't already, but I finished all of that prep as well. Lots of work goes into every single day's worth of content, but it is going to be an amazing week. I have this video releasing, I have a podcast, a giveaway, I am also having a pattern release on Wednesday, I believe. It's going to be an awesome week, and I'm really excited about it. It's also going to be a full week of no school, and I cannot even handle that excitement. I'm really, really thankful for a little bit of a break before the fall semester begins. So I hope you have enjoyed this day in the life video. I always have so much fun filming these, and I would love to hear your thoughts about them. Be sure to comment down below or send me an email. That will be, my email address is linked in the description box below, so be sure to send me an email if you so desire, just sharing, you know, what you love about these videos, what you don't, anything else that you would like to tell me. I am always an email or a DM or anything like that away. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already and give this video a thumbs up. I will catch you all next time. Until then, happy making. Bye.